Hello everyone, this is my presentation for ORGS 320 and my nonprofit is called Operation College, a nonprofit organization with the sole purpose of sending America's best back to school. The mission is to send an underprivileged person to college. See, this will be for one semester and one person will be selected for this. For this individual selected, all essentials will be paid for, and essentials being, books, school supplies, backpack, clothing if needed. The nonprofit will draw money from a $20,000 fund. The student will live on campus, and funding will be for the student only, so funding won't go for the family. And I highly encourage the student chosen to apply for as many scholarships and grants as possible, because that'll just make going through school that much easier. And as I go through the semester, I intend on doing some marketing throughout the semester for the nonprofit, doing like tabling events or printing out little posters to put on bulletin boards. So to start off, I needed a place to set up shop, and I looked through classifieds up for Moscow. I actually live in Boise, so I've never been to Moscow, so I've actually never really seen any of these places. But the place that I decided to select was located off Main Street in downtown Moscow, I believe it is, and it's in the Central Business District. It was $500 a month with all utilities paid, water, sewer, garbage, etc. And electricity was provided for an added $25 a month. So I thought this would be a good little starter place. So this is my operational budget for one semester. And as you can see, the largest expense is the monthly rent for the office space, for this semester being August through December. And the electric bill, I've tallied it all up for like the full semester. And so here we have, office supplies, $300. I decided to splurge a little bit on a desktop because I figured I might need one, or need a good one. And I wanted to invest in a LaserJet printer, and that's color, so that I could print out different things for like marketing, advertising, and stuff like that. And internet and phone service, and I also had set up an emergency fund. I figured it's always a good thing to have, as emergencies happen. If my computer blows up, I can easily replace it. And I have here other expenses, because there's always things that come up that you don't necessarily plan on. So I figured a good $1,000 might be a good cushion for that. And through the totals, it leaves me with a surplus of $1,166. Not a lot, but it's better than nothing. And here is my student budget. So once again, as you can see, the largest expense is up here at the top, and that is the tuition for the semester. And I'm basing a lot of these numbers off of my own experience with funding and whatnot for school, with the exception of housing and student insurance and stuff like that. Is I've never been up to Moscow, so I hope to someday. And so I chose, since the student needs to live on campus, and I figured it might just well be best that the student lives on campus anyway, I decided to go with the Wallace building housing, and I figured I'd go all out for a meal plan for the student. And as far as insurance goes, I would assume that the family would be on Medicaid and whatnot for, state aid, but I'm not sure, so I decided to go with the university insurance that they offer. And going down the list, you have school supplies. I figure a good $200 would be, at least a good place to start on that. Pens, pencils, backpack. And I wanted to supply a laptop for the student. And I know Asus might not be the best brand, but I had one for like 5 years and it was great. And so figured should at least last them through college. And the books I estimated around 300 because that's kind of what I average throughout the semester for books and whatnot. And I have other expenses estimated, obviously, because sometimes there are expenses that you don't expect. So I figure having a nice $1,000 cushion would be a good thing to have. And the Pell Grant, this one might be a larger number for this student because I'm just basing this off of what I get. And so that student's Pell Grant might be larger. So, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And so with everything, I will end up with a surplus of $1,317. And also what I did for my $20,000 funding was I split it in half and put $10,000 toward the operation and $10,000 to the student budget, and I figured that would be a good place to start breaking the numbers down, and it seemed to work out all right. So in conclusion, with my student budget surplus and operational budget surplus, it gives me a total of almost $2,500, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, but this could be offset by if the student gets, more scholarships or grants, because that will just make this number go up because I will be spending less on tuition for the student. And so this could be like an estimated total surplus. And with this surplus, I would intend on using it for marketing expenses and combining that with an emergency fund. As I figure if you do that with, covering the expenses for marketing and combining it with an emergency fund, it'll give a nice cushion for a worst case scenario plan. And that was my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that all of you are doing well, staying safe, and if anyone else is like me graduating this semester, congratulations to everyone. And I hope you all have a wonderful morning, day, or evening whenever it is that you're viewing this. Take care.